Well, hello. Today's movie is the 1985 Sword and Sorcery Red Sonja. Sonja, a young woman, is raped and her family killed after rejecting the advances of an evil lesbian queen. She is given powers by a goddess. Years later, a talisman is about to be destroyed, but Queen Gedren manages to seize it. A woman who is Sonja's sister escapes and tells Lord Calidor, who then goes to tell Sonja. Sonja leaves to retrieve the talisman and comes upon a young prince and his servant after their city is destroyed by Gedren. She manages to help him out. She then has to fight a warlord after refusing to pay a toll. Calidor comes to help her. Sonja with Calidor, the young prince, and his servant must then fight a metal killing machine sent by Queen Gedren. The four then assault Gedren's castle. Sonja has a final fight with the evil lesbian queen. The talisman is destroyed, and the world is saved. So this movie was based on a creation by Roy Thomas for the Conan the Barbarian comic book. Way back in its early days, he adapted a story called Shadow of the Vulture, which was written by Robert E. Howard, and it was about Sonja of Rogatine in the 1529 siege of Vienna, and he just adapted her to the Hyborian age, and then she spun off to a regular comic of her own, and she had iconic chainmail bikini, which they quit using in the 80s because apparently the owners of the property didn't like that. So that's also, but for the most part, she's had a chainmail bikini, and this movie was like the third, or you could almost be like Conan the Barbarian 3, because it had Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he basically played the Conan character. And they wanted, originally to have him play Conan, but for rights reasons, they had to change the name to Calidor. And this was a the movie did not do well. It was a 18 million budget, but only made 7 million. Although I'm assuming, with video rentals, because video rentals were king back in the 80s, they probably made up their money. And of course, it also had a lot of critical, panning. Well, Siskel and Ebert, speculated that, maybe this was actually an intentional spoof movie. And the part was played by Brigitte Nielsen. The producers were apparently looking for a year to find someone to play Red Sonja. They wanted to originally cast Sandal Bergman, who was co-starred with Conan in the Conan Barbarian movie as Valeria. She was about 6 feet tall and pretty accomplished with sword fighting in that already. But she wasn't interested in it and decided to play the evil lesbian queen Gedren. Then they were going to do Lauren Landon, kind of a B-movie actress who did stuff like Yellow Hair and The Fortress of Gold, America 3000, and of course the movie Hundra. But the movie Hundra was just done, and that was kind of, Barbarian Queen movie, and they thought it was too similar, but I doubt there were many people that saw Hundra, but they decided not to use her and went with Brigitte Nielsen, who was a model, and she was tall and statuesque, and did the part, and she really looked the part great. She wasn't the greatest of actors. But The part really didn't need a Shakespearean thespian. She had a then she would marry Sylvester Stallone, and that kind of boosted the acting career. And she starred in some movies with him like Cobra and Rocky Four, and she did Beverly Hills Cop 2. But it was a short-lived marriage, and once the marriage ends, so did kind of her acting career. And of course, the film was shot in Italy. It got 3 Raspberry nominations, and Nielsen won one for Worst New Starlet. She shared that with Rocky Four. Now, Sonja, Red Sonja, is one of my favorite, comics and that. They made a book series back in the 80s there. And they also, of course, made many comic books now. They're still making them. Dynamite. And you can see links in my blogs for reviews on those series. I definitely love the character. I know they just recently released a new Sonja movie. I haven't seen it yet. Supposedly it's not very good though. But anyway, what can I say? It it has a kind of reputation of being bad, but I really love the movie. I think it was fun. I know Arnold Schwarzenegger, who starred in it, he says it's the worst movie he ever made, and he would use it to punish his kids or something. He'd force them to watch it if they were bad. Personally, I think this is not his worst movie. But, he seemed to be having fun in it. He had this really kind of, smirky, I'm making a lot of money, and soon in the future, maybe I can become governor of California and wreck the state. And, he was just having fun. And I think, the characters were fun. This is a fun movie. I mean, it's, it's definitely not, good, but it is fun, and I enjoyed watching it. I still enjoy watching it. It's kind of one of my favorite movies of the 80s. It's a very 80s fun movie. And, I definitely recommend it. So, if you stuck with me this long, I thank you. You're a unique individual.